Well, hello. Paul here from PABrewNews with another painting with PABrewNews. Let me show you quick, before we get too far in it, what exactly I get offline so you can do this pretty easily. Everything you need. Excuse my messy house. But over here, I'm not sure how much you can see, is the Bob Ross set. This is what I get. The Joy of Painting. It's the Master Kit, Master Paint Set. And it comes with these brushes, the 2-inch to 1-inch, the knife, the fan brush, and a liner brush. Simple. And bright red, Van Dyke brown, a lemon yellow, sap green. Here's the magic white for the wet on wet process that you prep your canvases with. Crimson, the white, the sap blue, and the black. And then of course you use odorless. Stress the word odorless terpenoid. Odorless terpenoid. Use that. And then I always get something to beat the living hell. I put everything in a tote because when you beat the brushes and stuff, it makes a mess. So if you pop it in a tote with a bucket in it, just beat the crap out of it with your terpenoid in a little. I usually use a coffee container with a screen in it. Boom, bam, boom. You're good to go. Simple, easy. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up of what I use to maybe if you guys want to get into this. Simple, easy. You can find something about $75. Not a big deal. Thank you. Greenish. Got cold here really quick. Drinking the 2018 KBS, and we're gonna get into this black canvas that I prepped. So, got the black canvas going on, and we're just gonna dive right in, and we're going to make a mess, like we always do. I don't know what I'm gonna paint right now, but we'll figure it out as we go. We're just gonna tap in some white. That picked up some red somehow. I don't know how that happened, but hey, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. And we're just going to come over here and start banging this canvas, this black canvas. And before you say, what the hell, I prepped it with a thin coat of liquid clear, wiped it off, and a thin coat of blue. And you just get in here and start tapping, wiggling, tapping. Just wiggle it and tap it. Get the other side of the brush. Come here. Wiggle and tap and glow and have fun and X and just whatever. Just whatever. Just X it, waggle it, tap it, and just have a good time. Don't care. You're just getting paint on the canvas. That's the worst part. After that, it's easy. Get up there, hit there, reload the brush, and just come down here. And to make an easy cloud, easy peasy cloud that everybody can do, just tap down. Tap, 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 tap. Just tap. Load the brush up. There's blue underneath, so the harder you tap, the darker the cloud will be. But sometimes it's really good to make these kind of layers of clouds where it looks really dark, and then you put a white. Again, we're just playing light against dark, light against dark all the time. Light against dark. So there you go. Now with this, spin the bottoms. Twirl it up. Mix it up. Nice and just spin, play, sweep it, fluff it up. Just barely touching the canvas. Move them. Move the clouds around. And then just go over them. Again, just brush, play, sweep, and just go. No big deal. If they're too bright, too vibrant, just go over them. They'll blend right down. Blend right in. Yeah. And that looks like a nice, crazy sky. Just like that. Boom, boom. No problem. Easy peasy. Take that little brush, give it a clean, beat it off, beat the devil out of it. You can smack it off one of these if you have a place you don't care about getting dirty. And there we go. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a nice little start. Well, whatever. Now, just take a nice cleaner brush. Got a couple brushes going at the same time, just in case. And we're just going to go a little brown, a little black, a little crimson, whatever. Just mix it up on the brush. Brown, black, crimson, whatever. And we're just going to, wherever you feel, just form a little bit of a tree mass back here. Sometimes if you press like this on the sides, you can create the idea, the kind of concept of a nice far away pine tree without doing too much work. Just like that. Okay, pretty good. Maybe if you want to take it, just take that black color, and all you do is softly press like this. Just press down, nice and soft. And then softly lift up. And with that soft motion lifting up, it'll look like there's thousands and thousands of little trees. You won't see it now, but if we put more color, it's going to come right out. It's going to come right out. So that's where we have some bigger trees here, ideas of them. Like that. And then we have a little footy hill way in the back. Okay? So just like that, sometimes if you want to, take a little bit of the white color, just a little bit, mixed with that, and you just touch. Softly just touch. You don't want a lot of color back here, because it's far away. You just touch, touch. Softly touch. Softly, and again, lift up. Diffuse. You got a little bit of color back there. Not too much though, because you want to leave that basically pretty dark. Okay. Clean that one off. All right, pretty good. We're in business. Okay. We got a lot of trees here, which I like. Well, let's get into, again, let's get into a little bit of that dark color. And let's define some of these trees a little bit. Right about, shit, that one's right there. And you just take the corner of the brush and press up a little bit. There's that one. And we'll put another one. Everybody needs a friend. Right about there. And again, just press up and work down. The harder you go, the harder you press. No big deal. Okay. With that one, leave that dirty just in case you want to throw out some more. Use another one if you can. Take a little bit of blue and mix it in with the white. Get any other colors in there, that's alright. Now try to figure out which one's back. That one probably is pretty far back there. Just soft. Touch it very soft. Just highlight. Try to highlight some of these. Just soft. Nuances. If they're far in the back, they're not going to get a lot of color. Just let it wiggle and jiggle. And no big deal. Now you want to get more in the bright white. Brighten it up a little bit. Get a nice amount of color on the brush. And then you want to just start, if there's any light specific, you want to go where the light is. But this one we don't really care too much. So just press up. Reload the brush. But you do want to get it darker and darker as it goes through the base. That's the thing. Diffuse all that light. Diffuse it. Dark. If your brush feels like it's not going the right way, the way you want it, flip it over. Sometimes you get smiley faces, sometimes you get frowny faces. Tap it in there. Tap up. Just like that. There. Make this one a big one. There we go. Can work. You're just making layers and layers and layers. That's all. There. There's some pine trees in the back, having a good time. No big deal. All right. Okay, good. Just in case you want to put some more pine trees in there, I'm just going to keep that one pretty much black, dirty. Now we're just going to load. I'm going to tap and pull this white brush almost to a chisel edge through there. And we're going to go, okay, how does the lay of the land flow? I'm thinking just like that. Grab some of that dark color underneath and pull it. Whip it through. Build your land. Because it makes beautiful, beautiful shadows underneath. And it's going to pick up the color that's underneath. And already it's going to start working and working. Make sure that you define which way your land flows, though. Don't be afraid to pick up that other color that's underneath. If it gets too dark, add a little bit more white to it. No big deal. Just like that. You can do this with a fan brush. You don't need to do this with a big brush like this. You can do it with a smaller brush. It's so quick to do it with a big old brush. And you'll always pick up that color underneath, giving it lovely little shadow nuances in your snow. Hey, you just so pretty. Hell, this was working so well, we just keep on doing it. Work it through. Just like that. And we'll just keep that going. I don't see a problem with that. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. There you go. Okay. Again, get a nice chiseled edge, tap it through, work it around, grab it, and pull it. Pull it. Okay. Maybe there's a little bush that lives right about there. See? Again, take it, pull it right through. And don't be afraid to pick up these dark colors because they make beautiful shadow nuances. Just like that, just like that. Wow. Okay? There we go. Let's keep that nice big brush down. No big deal. Right here, let's throw another tree in. I like these big trees. Just put blue, black, brown, whatever you got, throw it in. Right about there. Sounds good to me. Sometimes it's all right. I'm actually using some of the color that was on this canvas previous to the other painting I did, so I didn't put a lot of color, on the canvas. So I'm just going to load it up real quick. Just with a dab of this, a dab of that. And then we're just going to keep on rocking and rolling. A little bit of brown, black, go through the blue. We already have it here, so we just push up. Turn it when you run out of paint. Don't be afraid to reload your brush whenever you need it. Reload, pull it through, keep tapping. keep tapping. You need a lot of paint on this brush. Told you it was going to be a big tree. Now, it's alright if it gets a little bit thin like that. If it starts mixing in too much, just put the dabbest, littlest, tiniest bit of paint thinner on there. Work it through all those big colors again, and just keep going. Keep going, keep going. There we go. There we go. There's a nice one. Now this one's way forward. Really, really, really forward. So probably going to see a little bit more detail on this boy. So that means you just want to come up. Let's get some big paint on that brush. And just go. All you do is go back over it. Same way you did the first time, just to darken it up if you need to. No big deal. Okay. We'll keep this dirty. We're just going to take a little bit of white and go through that brown. The brown and blue. Make almost a gray color with your knife. Take a little slice of paint, just like that. We're just going to touch and pull. Touch and pull. And give it the nuances. You can even do it back here a little bit. Of little sticks, twigs, sticks and twigs and trunks, just like that. Take your knife, wash it off. I didn't get a new piece of paper towel. That's what this is for. A little new piece of paper towel. Wipe off your knife. This is a dirty as hell knife. It's like 1,000,000 years past washing. We're going to get that nice white color. There's a little bit of pink that actually came through this color. I'm not unhappy with that at all. Mix into a nice little lavender, I guess. And you might have to add a little bit, the littlest, faintest bit of liquid white, just to thin the paint enough to make sure it sticks well. Mix it up, pull through, get that paint on the brush again, and we're just going to push up with it. And we're just going to, now this one likes to go this way. Again, if you get the paint getting a little bit too thin, add the faintest bit of liquid white. And it'll work for you. Alright. And just like that, with that white brush again, with all that white on it, we're just going to grab it and pull. Pull. Don't be afraid, just pull it. Pull it. Work it in. Make it just feel like part of the painting. Sometimes if you want to darken up, take off that soft edge. Tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. Tap it a little bit. And again, just pull it. Find where your bottom is and just pull it through. Pull it through. Pull it through. Beautiful. Just like that. Now you could put a little cabin here. You could do a lot more things with this. You could really go to town. You could really go to town. Alright. Now, shoot, I think that's pretty good. I'm just going to take this 1-inch brush real quick. I'm just going to run it through some of these dark colors. All these different dark colors I have on here. I'm just going to press up. Press up. Just like this. Move this through. Just like that. The shadow creates almost a new plane in your painting. Just like that. Now we're going to take a nice clean white brush. I'm going to add a little bit more, just a hint more white, since I ran out, which it has red on it, and I don't know why, but it does. And now we're getting pretty thin here, pretty thin as far as the paint goes. So we're gonna have to add a little bit more of that magic white and thin the paint down just a bit. It's pretty forward, so I want to kind of pick up some of the undercolor that I was talking about, the blues and the reds that were kind of hanging around on the palette. So I kind of want to tap that in there. I want to just try to load as much paint as I can onto the brush, excuse me. And we're just going to take it and push up. Just like that. Don't kill all that dark color under there. There's a lot of beautiful dark color under there that gives you a nice separator. So just, yep, and just walk it through. Walk it through. Make little things. Oh, there's some little reds that are coming through, which are really beautiful. Just walk it through just like that. Same thing here. You can just pop this, pop that. Back here, pop. It's a nice little bush that just lives right in front of all these big trees. Right there. It pushes those trees back in the distance too. Clean your brush. We're done with this good. We're done. We're getting close to done with this painting, which is fun. A little fun painting we got done doing. Now we're just going to re-pull, re-applicate and re-pull. Trying to clean this big old fan brush guy on. They're a little bit of a bugger to clean, but you can do it. You can do it. Okay? All that dark color's right there. And pull this right through. That new plane right there we just got going. See how the land kind of flows, and that's what you do. You make the lay of the land as you pull these through. You create the lay of the land, which is very important. But it doesn't matter. You can just kind of do any way. You can come this way, that way. Beat the hell out of that brush. Get all that stuff out of there. And we're going to just take a little liner brush. Right, excuse me. Right here. A little liner brush. Nice, easy liner brush. And go through a dark color. Not exactly sure which color I want. I got so many mixed up. Might go through a little reddish brown today. Reddish brown just takes a little bit of the paint there to really get this brush going. Especially if you don't put it in the right spot. But gotta reapply the paint there. Because you want this ink to be as thin, or the paint to be as thin as ink. Sorry, my tongue got over my eye tooth and I couldn't see what I was saying. Then you just want this paint to be as thin as ink. Just kind of roll it around. Get it to a little point, and then you just start making all these little duders that live in this bush. Alright. Reload. Don't be afraid to reload, because sometimes they live in here too. Just like that. Reload. Find another one there. Oh boy, right there, right in the tree. Here, back here. Sometimes you see stuff that shoots up. Just like that into the sky. Trees don't always stop because the leaves stop. I mean, they shoot up, they go this way, that way. They don't care. They do their own thing. Little grasses that kind of stick up. Just like that. Sometimes you get these things and they start doing all these things where it looks like there's 1,000 little things going on, but it's just one brush, and it starts getting away on you. Kind of makes one stroke, you kind of start seeing like 12 strokes. It's not all lined up pretty. But that's okay. You make it work. Make it work for you. Just make it work. Just... And if you don't like what you did on this painting, that's okay. That's okay. You can just do it again. Do it different. Make it happy. You kind of always kind of want to, in a weird way, being unhappy with what you did is a good thing, because it makes you want to try new things and change and get better. You know, makes it fun. Okay, just like that. Pretty much like that. You can even have some, just because the painting doesn't stop where you see it, so sometimes stuff starts coming up here. You know, you got leaves coming up here. You got one that right here. Painting just doesn't stop because you can't see anything anymore. I mean, there's things that come from all different directions. All different directions. Tap a little bit of the white into there. Clean up its foots a little bit. Here too. Do something I'm working around right about there. This one. Just like that. Get your little brush. Pull through. Just like that. There it is. Well, there you go. Nice little winter scene. It's going to snow tomorrow, so I mean, kind of fits pretty well. Just cleaning the brushes real quick. Sorry for my brush cleaning before I sit down and say my final goodbyes. No big deal. But this is a real fun painting. Anybody, I think you guys could all just, I know you guys could just nail the shit out of this. I mean, you get on there, all you have to do is just have fun with what you're doing. You just kind of create as you go. The more you do it, the more you start seeing things, how things kind of build themselves. And you just go with it. Because the big thing is, though, the main thing is, when you learn how to do this and really get a hold of it, the problem isn't not how to paint, it's what to paint. Those things. They're the ones that start bugging you. So one thing you can do before I go, that's real fun. Take a little bit of that paint that gets all over your pants. Get a little bit of that lighter pink color. And I should have told you this before because it's really good. And then you find these bigger branches and you just kind of go over it too. Accent that. Accent those little branches because they're gonna hold a little snow. Not a lot. Not a lot. They're gonna hold a little bit. They're gonna hold a little bit of snow in the crooks and stuff. So the little crooks are gonna hold some of that snow in there. So if you see anything like that, you make nice branches. Make sure you accent them. They like it. They like it. It's good. There's nothing wrong. Oh, there. There we go. Stuff like that. Just little things. And if your branches aren't showing up good, it might be because they're a little bit too close to the color that you're already doing. And that's why. So sometimes you need to mix it up a little bit. Mix it up just a touch. And then they'll show up. Light against dark, dark against light. That's the game you're playing. And if you see something, you do something that's a little bit too light or a little bit too dark, depending on what you're doing, you just go over it again. and it's fine. It works for you. To the background. Yep, just like that. Well, I'm working on angles. I'm working on vocal things, you know, stuff like that. Still working on everything, trying to get the best stuff for you guys. I'm definitely gonna go over the comments and talk to you guys in a second. Throw me more comments, even if they're repeats of what happened, what you said during the painting, because I wasn't be able to see it. Let me throw you here so you can see it real quick. Here is the painting we just got done doing. Let me make sure you can see everything correctly. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. There we go. That's the painting we just got done doing. Okay, so we're just going to sit right down, and I'm going to say my final farewells. I'll sit down here. Again, drinking the 2018, under half an hour, which is really fun. It's a fun painting. It's a simple painting. Thank you, Chris, very much. I'm sorry the cover issue. The shadow covers the painting while I'm doing it. It's a little bit of a haphazard painting thing. I'm not really set up professionally yet, but I mean, you're not being a dick by saying that, because it's very constructive. I'm going to set up a couple different lights after that, so it's not going to be a big deal. We'll get it down to where we can really do this right. So might even have my friend that does videos. Maybe he'll come over and shoot it professionally. I don't know. But for right now, that was our kind of a wintry nightscape on a black canvas. So thank for everybody, and it was way under 30 minutes of painting, and you get something like that when you really go. Those black canvases are real fun to do. So thanks everybody for watching, commenting. Earth, Drunken One, Redbeard for sure. Next week we're gonna do, I'm gonna try, like I said, I'm gonna try to do 9 a.m. and I'm gonna try to do every Sunday morning. I definitely work Sunday morning, so I should be getting out, and I should be able to get on at 9 a.m. If you want to paint with me, we're just going to do a white canvas. I don't know, like I said, I just showed you the stuff that needs to get done. Thank you very much, Todd and Earth. Just showed you the basically rundown of the equipment I use. Real simple stuff, really easily to get off eBay, stuff like that for a very good price. If you want to give it a go, absolutely. And we're going to do something different next week. We're going to do a white canvas, but with a little bit of a twist to it. And I'll show you that after we get done painting it next week. So I really have fun doing this. I'm actually going to do it quite a bit, because I actually do, one, enjoy painting. And then two, doing it live with you guys. It's actually pretty damn fun. So, and if you guys want to start painting, that's even better. Anyway, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Another episode with Painting with Paul. Or painting with PABrewNews. It is my calling. It's that or anal rape. I mean, you have two choices. It's calling. And it is fun. Cheers, Redbeard. And it is fun just jumping into a canvas and not knowing what you're doing and just learning as you go. Experiencing and just kind of creating on a fly. It gives you like a little bit of, not an adrenaline rush, but it gets your mind going, gets your creativity flowing, and you start seeing things as you paint. And that's the fun thing. Again, it's not learning how to paint. That's easy. It's what to paint when you get there. That's the thing. And when you learn how to build as you go, you just be amazed by what you can come up with. You're like, holy crap, did I just do that? You know. So, anyway, enough me jargoning, talking. If you guys want to do a hangout, let me know. I'm definitely up for it. Other than that, this has been Paul from PABrewNews with episode 3 of Painting with PABrewNews. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I love all the comments and stuff. It's really, really motivating for me. So, wait till you read the earlier comments. There's going to be a lot about sex and Sasquatches, I'm assuming. They've always been pretty much sex and Sasquatching. But this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Thank you guys. Really love your support. Cheers. Have a good one. Hookers. Oh, even better.